Greetings, Toyota and Hot Wheels collectors. Let's see, we have the Toyota RSC concept truck that was out in 2001. What's the copyright of this? 2001. Okay. So I guess maybe this, I don't know if this was actually, yeah, 2002 was when this toy was made, but it's always a year after the copyright, if I understand correctly. The Toyota RSC is an acronym for Rugged Sport Coupe. Although one doesn't think it's a sport coupe, she is a coupe, just a truck. Before I forget, 2490 is the wheelbase here, so let's measure this guy and see what scale it is. Okay, you see here, I'm going to measure the base, because clearly the axles are in the middle of the base. But if I can measure this, the base, you know, if it's a bent axle, it's not going to throw off the measurement. Let's say that's in the center of each. 41.3. I'm gonna go with that. So this number here divided by 41.3. Yeah, boy, this is 160 scale, so pretty big, quite big actually. It's too bad. You know, well, I guess it's because they have to design around the wheels. I was gonna say, why don't they actually make things to scale, because if it was smaller they would save money, you know, and less metal, but they wouldn't fit these standardized wheels. That's why. So I answered my own question. So the silver is pretty nice. It's a pretty small flake. I like it. It's not a hot rod silver, and I guess these wheels are actually pretty cool. I mean, they do look like rugged wheels, and they do look kind of similar to the photographs, which I haven't even shown. Let's go out of order today. So we got a nice texture here in the base, which is the grille, and then the headlights are clear plastic, but they're very smoked, as you can see up here. There's the Toyota badge printed alright, and then some black printing in these vents, and then I like that these weird lights here are printed on, you know, in 3 colors, or maybe it's 2 colors, I'm not sure, but there's some orange in there. This side is a little vent now I'm noticing, and then the door handle looks alright. The fuel filler here is like a 5 pattern there. Molded window lines, but no paint. And then there's some more printing back here. I guess that's a light on the real thing. But this one, yeah, clearly that's the turn signal area and tail lights. To the back, there's a tab in the back, and that's the license plate now. Exhaust tips have some depth to them. They're not as big as the concept though, they're quite small. These recessed things must be the backup lights. Sorry, there's always someone calling this house. This is driving me crazy. I can't do a video with the silence. Anyways, it's not important to you guys. Yeah, alright, everything looks okay there. I'm trying to look into the interior here. There's some sort of detail inside, some sort of bed of some sort. The dash, there's like it looks like there's a shifter on the dash, and then a really tiny minuscule steering wheel. Can't really see much of let me get the flashlight and see if that helps, but I find this really hard with these really smoky, no, it doesn't help at all, the flashlight. Barely see anymore. It's just such a thick plastic that Hot Wheels uses. So what's going on the roof? Oh, these 2 little things are vents. Interesting. Yeah, no black paint though. Okay. So let's look at those photos now. You can decide. Do those wheels look close? They're definitely rugged looking wheels. I think the casting looks pretty good actually. Yeah, I guess it's alright. Let's try this top view here. I think they did a good job, Hot Wheels, doing this casting. I suppose a little silver paint, you know, will help out those exhaust tips. I'm just happy they printed on the taillights, though, because I don't want to do that. I can't paint as well as a printing. So the plastic base here, what it is, copyright, all that stuff. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it does tell you what it is. Never mind. It's just thrown out by the giant Malaysia. Alright, drivetrain details. Alright, well, let me focus here and see. Naturally, I went with the original wheels because they're pretty funky looking, and I just want to have a better looking concept car model, that is. So yeah, they're quite angular and three-dimensional. You know, they're quite deep and all that stuff. So I'll show you pictures in a second. I just added some generic tread pattern to these guys. I reused the stock axles by clipping off a wheel and then the one axle end, and then I reused them so I don't have to drill it apart. Not much paint necessary, just a little black here. I added some silver on the lights, but it's almost imperceptible. But there is a different silver there. And then some black in the side vents there, and then some silver in the tailpipes. It's amazing that Hot Wheels can get such thin depressions on that exhaust, whereas more premium brands very often don't. Like Para 64, I'm looking at you, man. You guys always have these blanked off exhaust tips, which is really weak. So it does roll. Not that I care about that so much. Yeah, let's take a look up a few other concepts. But here's the photograph. You'll see. Here's another photograph. It's got these really funky wheels going on. So I have a few other Hot Wheels concepts, and this is the Honda Sprocket. Yeah, so I did that project a while back. Another one is the Jeepster concept, where they're trying to make like a sporty Jeep or something. And then this is from the Halo video game, but I don't think the gold one was actually in the video game. But this is an old toy here. It's by Muscle Machines, is it? No, Johnny Lightning. I can't read the date on that, but it's a gold warthog from the Halo video games. It's like a pimp warthog. So I've had that for quite a while now. So there we go. Some funky vehicles. This thing's having a spasm. These little coaster things from AliExpress, none of them run smoothly. I have like four different kinds, and none of them work well. So, oh well. Let's get this thing going over here. Let's see if I have a better photo. I can compare the wheels to that photograph if you want. Yeah, I can't really focus between two objects though. Alright, well, it's a fairly funky looking Toyota. It's not really my thing. I can't say, even if this is in production, that I'd want to own this thing. Do you guys find this to be attractive or ugly? I wouldn't fault anyone for actually owning a vehicle like this, but for me it just doesn't get me excited. It looks, I don't know, something about it. But I commend Toyota for making it in the real world, and I commend Mattel for making a small version of it. Hope you guys watched this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I'll see you the next time I modify a Hot Wheels. Alright, take care.